Everybody, thank you for joining me. Thought I'd do a little bit of a quiet one to start out with, but anyway, I had to try out this new twig stove I got. So far I like it. It seems that if you put anything bigger than about your thumb, it goes out and just smokes a lot, so keep that in mind if you ever get one. But today I have decided to do a show us your steak challenge. I was going to try to cook the steak on the twig stove, but my steak is about as long as my grill here, which is, I don't know, 10 inches long, 7 inches long. And the twig stove would only cook a quarter to a third of it at a time, so what I'm just going to do is I'm going to pick the twig stove up, dump the contents onto some wood that I'm going to gather here in a minute, and we'll cook a steak. And I'm going to do it, I might just do it right on the coals because I really like that flavor. It's just got a real rich, smoky, dark flavor, and I enjoy that. So I'll go ahead and get some firewood, and I will see you in just a moment. Alright, I'm going to transfer these coals just by grabbing this thing and pouring it out on a little pile here. And burning off my fingers, I'm sure. Here, over. Shake it, shake it. Mash all over the face, and done. And then I'll move this stove somewhere cool. And I've got a pile of ash here. Give it a little oxygen. Get some of these smaller sticks in there and grab some of these coals, and it's all down in there, so. She'll burn. Burn. Come on. Burn my beard off is what I'm doing. Alright, I'll let that do its thing while I go get some more wood. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and let this burn down. It should provide me enough coals to toss my steak on. In the meantime, let's throw the seasonings onto the thing. Alright, well, we got daylight, but I'm going to show you what I got going on. Found a relatively flat rock, boiled some water, cleaned it off with both snow and water, so we're good there. And what I'm going to do is use this under the steak and cut along it so I don't scratch up my knife on the board. Just need to find a decent fork and we're good to go. Here is the steak. I'm going to throw some marinade sprinkles of stuff on there, but it's I think we're about ready to go here. Ew, you're touching it with your glove. What's wrong with you? That is one stringy steak, but well, look at the marbling. Yeah. And here is my seasoning. If you can see in there, salt, pepper, garlic, onion. I'm gonna take that off. Wearing a glove because I'm weird, I guess. And we'll just spread a little of that lightly on there. Get in here. Oh yeah. Steak. I don't like steak. So we got salt, pepper, garlic, and onion. And I'm gonna just throw it on there like that. Rub it around, get it in there good. I'm gonna dye Giardia because 5,000 Mountain Goats peed on this. And then I'm gonna do, come over here. And where's my fire? Right there. Get this cup out of the way. I'm gonna put it over here in the pine needles. So what I'm gonna do, watch this, watch. Look at a steak right on top. Just like that. I'll let it sit there for a moment, flip it over, and enjoy. That is right there is how you cook a steak. Well, that's cooking. I'm gonna clean up my cutting board and we'll be right back. Yeah, and I gotta make a fork. Alright, well, we got it on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little sprinkle of seasoning on this side too. That's probably way too much. This side is just warm, so I can rub it around a bit. Oh yeah, look at that steak. Give it a minute, I'll flip it over. Before you flip it over though, you want to blow the coals so they're hot again. because steak needs to cook hot and fast. I'm gonna get some of these and put them back up in the middle here. Here we go. Ideally, you want bigger coals and more of them, but gotta work with what you got. Alright, we get the first piece off, and I like my steak a little bit of medium on it, medium rare, so let's have a poke and see what she tastes like. Perfect. Perfect. Let's have a look at it. Stay on a spoon, fork, stick. Look at that steak. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is excellent. Thought I over-seasoned it, but no. It's good. Sharpening my fork. So the whole purpose of this steak thing is to talk about men's health. There's been a thing going around on YouTube called Show Us Your Steak Challenge. Well, here's mine. A little bit of ash on it, but doesn't bother me one bit. It's completely sterile and healthy, and oh, look at this. Dirty gloves and everything. Thinner steak cooks better, more coals cooks better. But anyway, men's health. It's kind of a topic that just completely gets ignored these days. In fact, when I was in the military, before I was diagnosed with PTSD, I was told, you're infantry, just deal with it, handle it. It's not the first time, it's not the last time you're going to see something. So I swallowed it down and I bottled that up for years. Everything came to a boil when I had surgery. I woke up here and I didn't want to be touched, I didn't want to be bothered, I didn't want to be talked to, nothing, but I ended up having to tell my wife what was going on, which was, thinking back on now, I'm embarrassed that I hid it from her, but that's something that we were told to do. It was very clear, do not write home about this type of thing. This is not their business, this is infantry business. This is the way it is. Deal with it, kind of a thing. So I didn't say a word for years. But anyway, men's health, it's an important topic, and one that I understand well. For my military experience, I didn't understand it. I thought that people who suffered from depression just needed to get over it, you know. I was a jerk. Plain and simple, I was a jerk. And it wasn't until those experiences that I had that I learned it's a real thing. And I had 2 friends that committed suicide because they couldn't handle it. They could not, what I mean by handle it, they could not mistake. Handle the nightmares. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know who to talk to or if they could talk to anybody. So they just bottled it up and did what every good infantryman does and not say a word, you know. Quote, good infantryman does, and didn't say a word. Thinking back on now, yeah, that's a stupid thing to do, but oh well. So there you have it. If you need help, talk to someone. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's nothing to be ashamed about. Now, everybody needs help once in a while, so reach out to someone, anyone. This is a difficult subject to talk about, so well, I gotcha. I'll just say what's on my mind. Depression sucks, anxiety sucks, all these things suck. Especially sucks when you are a man and society and your stupid self teaches you it. You got to deal with it alone. You really don't. If any one of my friends were to come to me and say, hey, I've got issues I'm dealing with, I'd say, let's talk. Everybody's got something in their life that they have to deal with. If you're religious, like myself, we refer to that as the cross you have to bear. But you don't have to bear it alone. Even when Jesus was on his way to be crucified, he was helped with carrying his cross. You're never alone. If I have an issue, I can go home and talk to my wife. I know I could talk to my close friends. And if it's a serious issue, which I've had, I've gone and actually talked to a person who helped, a therapist. Don't give up. Just don't give up. Just hang on. The sun always comes up the next day. There's always an up for your down. Just hang on. Get help if you need to. Especially you soldiers. There's a lot of you out there. The suicide rate among soldiers is pretty high. And I understand. I do. I was infantry for 4 years. I understand the stress. I understand the feeling that no one cares, especially for people who have an amiable personality. Yeah, white glove, brown glove. Especially for people who have an amiable personality, it can be very difficult. Running out of battery, but I think this is an important thing, so I've trudged up here. I'm only 300-400 yards from the road, but I'm coming up here again. I've decided that for sure. And I'm going to hammock camp right here. I like the area well enough, and I'm going to come back to this exact same spot. Right down below me is the Rocky Mountain Bighorn Trail. I want to put up a trail cam and watch and see what comes up and down. So, running out of daylight, I hope my ramblings have helped someone, but love you faces. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you like this, hit that sub button, and we'll see you on the next adventure. I gotta hit the road. Bye.